I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong.
Whoa! I just lost $100,000 on Tesla. Again. Oh my god. I feel just like this guy. And you know what? It doesn't bother me at all. That's not quite true, but...
Don't care, don't care, don't care. Oh God, don't care, don't care.
It's never fun to watch your portfolio drop, and when you have Tesla as a substantial part of the portfolio, these drops can be pretty extreme. But I know this is just temporary, and I also knew that it had to drop because it was kind of overvalued. I mean, $1,200 per share? It's too early for that. But still, not funny to look at. In the last couple of weeks, I lost almost $130,000 on my Tesla position. And to be honest, I really had expected it. It's just really hard to look at that when you've gotten used to the number in your portfolio. Tesla used to be almost 80% of my portfolio. I think it's around 65, 70 now. But we need to keep the perspective and look at a longer timeline than just a couple of weeks or months or maybe only a year. I mean, my timeline for Tesla is 10 years. And my price target for 2030, it's at least 3,000. Actually, my bull case is around 5,000 per share. Since I started my Tesla position till now, I'm still up over around 500% in 3 years max, I think. Let that sink in. A 5x in under 3 years. That's pretty good. I mean, historically, the S&P 500 has returned around 11%. 85 till today, and it's not inflation adjusted. So a 5x is far above what you can expect. I was expecting around 50% a year, and that's even crazy. So what am I doing? Well, if I had any extra cash, I would be buying more Tesla. Unfortunately, I'm already fully invested, and I don't have any extra cash lying around. I even sold all my bottles and everything I had. Still haven't gotten much. I also recently started a position in Rio and GGPI. It's Polestar, the SPAC for Polestar. So I have nothing left. Well, what did I mean when I said I lost 100,000 again? Well, I just put some graphs up so you can see the times that I got kicked in the butt. Drop number 1 from February 21 to March 20. We all know what happened back then in 2020, March. There was a small correction, or what we should call it, small crisis. My portfolio wasn't that large at that time, at least not my Tesla portfolio. So the price was low, and that means that percentage-wise, it was a large drop. But in money-wise, it wasn't that much. I actually sold some Microsoft and Facebook and took all my spare cash and bought some more Tesla shares. And I even borrowed money to buy some more shares. Drop number 2, September 2nd to September 14. Almost $47,000 down. And this time it's 25%, because at this time the portfolio was a little bigger. This was probably the normal September sell-off, which we experience every year. But still, it's not funny to see these large drops over a short period of time. Drop number 3, January 28 in 2021 to March 12, 118,000 down and around 36%. Drop number 4, it was from April 15 to May 25. It went down almost $67,000 and 24%. I actually don't remember why the stock tumbled there. But by now, it's something I've gotten used to, and yeah, it just happens, and it doesn't matter. I know that when we reach 2030, that's when the money is really in the account. Drop number 5 was November 5th to December 22, and this is in 2021. Almost $116,000 just disappeared in around a month. I mean, that's crazy. This was when Elon Musk had to sell some shares to pay his taxes, and everybody freaked out. Really stupid, but it happened anyway. It was a perfect opportunity to buy some more. Drop number 6, January 5th to January 28th. Again, almost $130,000. Actually $128,000, but almost $130,000. And this was part of the general correction, crash, rotation, call it what you want. I call it stupid, but hey, the market has gone pretty crazy right now. Now I hear every day, Tesla is overvalued and you are too late to invest. But is that really true? I mean, if you look at the numbers, and let's just make a small comparison here. If I compare Tesla with an early Amazon, the people who saw Amazon before it became a juggernaut heard the same back then. Well, Amazon is just an online bookstore. Amazon is just an online store. Oh, Amazon is overvalued. And yes, Amazon was trading at high valuation and has always done that. And that's one of the reasons I never really got back in Amazon. I always felt it was too pricey too. But what you need to understand is price doesn't really matter so much when the growth is exponential. Let's just try a very simple version of that math for a second. Elon Musk and Zach said annual growth would be around 40 to 50% expected until 2030. We have several times heard that the growth will be at least 40% every year for the next 10 years. If we believe that, and the stock price will follow, even though it's a bit overvalued at this point, then it would look something like this. 2019, almost 25 billion in revenue, 4 billion in profit, gross profit. 2020, 31.5 and 6.6 billion in profit. 2021, almost 54 billion in revenue and almost 14 billion in profit. Can you see how much this is raised every year? This is insane growth. And just for fun, I know that the number of shares is a little bit higher. I'm just using even numbers to make it simpler. And when we look in 2021 and look at a PE ratio, if we put it at a 50, the stock price should be around $330 with a PE of 50 and the revenue and earnings per share we see here. But let's see what happens in the future. 55% growth first year. I actually think it's going to be 100% growth, but let's just go with the 55. A little bit over 83 billion in revenue, 21 billion in profit, earnings per share almost 14. Stock price should now be 680. 2023, 60% growth again. Now we're at 133 billion, almost 34 billion in gross profit. Earnings per share 21 and a stock price of 1,054. Now we're getting there. 2024, 200 billion, 50 billion in gross profit. Stock price 1686. Again, it's with a 50 PE. And just see how it goes up there the next couple of years. And notice that I've lowered the growth rate per year just to be sure. And of course, all of this requires full self-driving. It requires a lot of things to come to fruition. But still, it's just, let's just say they reach half of this just in 2025. A stock price of around 2,500, 3,000. That's okay. I can do with a 3x in a couple of years. That's not bad. So yes, it's definitely not too late to invest in Tesla. And yes, this is extremely simplified and would imply tons of guesswork and a lot of things coming together at the same time. But hey, remember, this is Elon Musk. He made rockets reusable. He is going to do what he says. Maybe it'll take a little bit longer. And what are we looking at right now in production? I mean, I hear the bears always talking about, oh, they're battery constrained. Oh, they can't build as many cars. Okay, let's take a look at the capacity of the different factories here. I have made my own projections of when they're going to manufacture how many cars. But the end result is going to probably be a little to the low side. I'm projecting that Fremont will manufacture around 1 million. Austin, also 1 million. Actually, maybe Austin is going to manufacture 2, but I'm currently at 1 million. Berlin, 1 million. Actually, in 2030, that could be 2 million. Shanghai, also 1 million. Again, possibly 2. I mean, it's 8 years. It's a long time. They could expand all of these three a lot more than now. Then a new factory coming online with around 1,250,000, another 1,250,000, and plant number 3 for 1.5. If I have to be honest, if we get to 2030, I think the number is going to be at least 12 million, maybe more, maybe 15. Just for argument's sake, let's stay with the 8 million. Note that I lowered the profit margin per car and the average sales price too, and still we end up with 66 billion in profit. I mean, no matter which way I slice it. EPS valuation that I showed you before, this one back of the napkin math, the discounted cash flow, I don't know, no matter how I slice the cake, it's going to end up ranging from at least 2,500 to 5,000, maybe more per share. Tesla is just a no-brainer. You need to invest in it, and you need to invest in it now. So yes, Tesla is a little overvalued maybe, but it's because the growth is factored in. And it still has a long, long way to go. And in this little example, we didn't even factor in full self-driving, robotaxi, Tesla Bot. Well, I actually think Tesla Bot is 10, 20 years out, but it's still a great thing to have. It's a good thing to have S-curves lined up for the next revolution. My point is that Tesla has so many products lined up that they can make so much money you don't even understand this. The energy business. Elon said it would rival auto business. Insurance. It's not only the car insurance, just you wait and see what they come up with next. It's a tiny part, but it's still money in the bank. The car business, well, we know that. And eventually it'll become zero when Tesla won't sell any more cars, as all are robotaxis. But then the revenue would have shifted into robotaxis, which is a far greater market. Superchargers. A lot of people don't understand that when they open up for the superchargers worldwide, it's going to be a steady revenue stream. So everybody else is paying for Tesla to get bigger. Really great. Full self-driving, robotaxis. All transportation will be revolutionized with this. Who in their right mind would buy a car in, let's say, 2040? I mean, you can just go to your app and have a car come pick you up and drive you anywhere. No parking, no money tied up, no insurance, no service, no nothing. No worries. I use a simplified version of this today. I use a kind of a car service where you're in an app, you go into an app and you choose a car. And I think I have cars, 6 or 8 cars, usually sitting around a mile from where I am. So I just go in, mark the car, say, I would like to have this car for X amount of hours or X amount of days. And it's, of course, electric cars. And the only problem I have now is I have to get to the car. But this is fantastic. I never worry about the financial problems with owning a car, the depreciation. I just use it when I need it. Before that, I bought a car. I still have a car, but it's not the point. It's just to tell you how easy it is. But let's just say you bought a car for 30,000, insurance, 1,000 a year, service, 1,000 a year, tires, parking. Hey, I paid $22 an hour in this car service. And I can choose different cars and packages. I can take the car for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, a couple of hours. And you know what? The best part of it? I can just throw it anywhere, as long as I'm inside the zone where these cars can operate. So trust me, this will be the future, no matter what. Well, what was actually the point of this video? Well, I was hoping to help some of you not getting fearful and selling. This is an exceptional company, and you should not be selling just because some market overreaction, fear of recession, all of this crap. In the long run, you will be rewarded for your patience if only you keep your cool and hold the line, hold the stock. I'm waiting to see Tesla drop some more and actually hope to see them drop a little bit more. So in the meantime, I can earn some more money and invest again. So my question is the same as always. Why sell a good company just because the stock price tanks? I don't. Why would you? I will only sell if the reason I bought the company in the first place changes or something causes the fundamentals to change. I have a high conviction on the company and the price targets, and I believe it will happen. It's just a matter of time. As Warren Buffett famously said, in the short run, the stock market is a voting machine. In the long run, it's a weighing machine. At this point, Tesla is in the voting part because it is a bit overvalued, but in the long time, it's going to be a weighing machine and it will live up to the prices. Just look at Amazon. Almost nobody believed in the company. Selling books on the internet. Pfft, are you stupid? No one would buy that. Oh, selling stuff on the internet. It's never gonna be that big of a business. Who would buy stuff they haven't seen yet? Everyone would rather hold, look, feel physical stuff before buying it. But look where we are now. If you had bought Amazon stock in, let's say, January 2015 at around $300 per share, you would have had 10x. And trust me, I learned my lesson. Tesla is this, it's a true disruptor. Especially when looking at the forward thinking Elon Musk has, he's just so far ahead in his mind. Remember when he foreseen the whole EV revolution and made the master plan back in 2003? He knew exactly what the outcome would be and how to get there. He worked it back from there. He actually worked from the goal and backwards, and that's a lot easier than building planning as you go. But it requires a bit more brain power. How much would we need? How much would revenue be? How would we get there? How many batteries would we need? How many factories? All that. He worked it out years before it happened. So in my view, Tesla is only at the start of the famous S-curve, and it'll only get better from here. And the best part is, Tesla has around 3, maybe 4 extra S-curves lined up, and when they hit, they're gonna be even bigger. Just look at the revenue here. 2017 to 2018, 92% increase. From 2018 to 2019, only 12.5% increase. This was the ramping phase of the Model 3. 2019 to 2020, 30.8%. 2020-21, this is where the big factories kick in for real. Shanghai is really doing its thing right now. 73%. 73% revenue increase year over year. That's really, really crazy. And what do you think is going to happen next year? I'm guessing the same. It's going to be double the amount of cars, still the same revenue. Yeah, it's going to be great. If we look at the free cash flow, you can see that in 2021, there was around $5 billion free cash flow, 80% increase year over year. And this is only going to get better, better and better. Economy at scale. Mass produce a product, the same product in large amounts of numbers, and do it cheaply. On that note, I will end this video, and I hope you got some value from it. And remember, it's highly appreciated to hit the like button and maybe even subscribe, so I can tell you about my next 10x investment. See you in the next one. Bye.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning. These ladies know that I'm sinning, and this is just the beginning. I'm closing in the night inning. There ain't no point in resisting.